Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when we must stop arguing with our demons. These demons are not mystical creatures hiding in the shadows. They are the voices of fear, doubt, and negativity that hold us back from becoming who we are meant to be. They whisper that we are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough. But today I urge you, stop engaging with them. Think about this. Every time you respond to negativity, you give it power. Every time you argue with someone who only seeks to pull you down, you drain your energy. Every time you entertain self-doubt, you delay your progress. Why waste your precious time on battles that do not serve your purpose? Demons do not always come in the form of external enemies. Sometimes they exist within us. They are the voices of fear, self-doubt, and past failures that whisper in our minds, convincing us that we are not good enough. These demons can also take the form of toxic relationships, negative environments, or people who try to limit us with their words and actions. The biggest mistake we make is engaging with these demons, arguing, defending, justifying, and allowing them to take control of our emotions. But the truth is, arguing with demons is like trying to reason with a storm. No matter what you say, it will continue to rage. Consider the moments in life when you have felt the most discouraged. Was it because someone criticized you? Was it because you doubted your abilities? Or was it because past failures convinced you that success was out of reach? These are the demons we constantly fight. They come disguised as our own thoughts, but in reality they are nothing more than illusions. They are shadows that grow bigger when we give them attention. The more we engage, the more powerful they become. Think about a time when someone told you that you were not capable of achieving something. Maybe a teacher said you were not smart enough, a colleague made you feel incompetent, or a family member doubted your dreams. How did you react? Did you try to prove them wrong by arguing? Did you explain yourself repeatedly, hoping they would see your potential? And what happened? Most likely, their opinion did not change, and you were left feeling drained, frustrated, or even more uncertain than before. This is exactly why arguing with demons is a waste of time. The more you argue, the more you give them space in your mind. Instead of focusing on proving yourself to others, imagine channeling that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. What if, instead of justifying your worth, you simply showed it through your actions? What if, instead of responding to every critic, you remained silent and let success speak for you? One of the most dangerous demons is self-doubt. It is that tiny voice inside that says, "What if I fail?" Or, "What if I am not good enough?" The moment you start debating with these thoughts, you enter a losing battle. Doubt does not need a response. It needs to be ignored. When you focus on the fear of failure, you forget about the possibility of success. When you overthink what could go wrong, you miss out on what could go right. The best way to defeat self-doubt is not to argue with it, but to act despite it. Take the step, move forward even when fear tries to hold you back. Another form of demons comes in the shape of negative people. We all have encountered individuals who drain our energy with their constant criticism, discouragement, or toxic behavior. These people want to engage in endless debates about why something is not possible, why you should not dream big, and why your efforts are in vain. The more you try to convince them otherwise, the more you get trapped in their negativity. The truth is, some people do not want to understand, they just want to argue, and the best response to such negativity is no response at all. It is important to recognize that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every comment needs a reply. Not every critic deserves your attention. The moment you stop arguing with demons, whether they are internal fears or external negativity, you take back your power. You become free to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your inner peace. So the next time a demon whispers doubt into your mind, silence it with action. The next time a negative person tries to bring you down, walk away with confidence. Your energy is too valuable to be wasted on meaningless battles. Stop arguing with demons and start building the life you deserve. Silence is one of the most powerful tools you have, yet it is often underestimated. When faced with negativity, criticism, or doubt, the natural instinct is to respond, to defend yourself, explain your point of view, or prove others wrong. But what if you didn't? What if, instead of engaging in endless debates, you chose silence? What if, instead of wasting energy on arguments, you focused that energy on becoming the best version of yourself? When you engage with negativity, you give it life. Imagine a fire burning in front of you. Every time you respond to a negative comment, defend yourself against an insult, or argue with someone who does not have your best interests at heart, you are throwing fuel into that fire. The flames grow bigger, and soon the negativity consumes you. But what happens when you stop feeding the fire? It dies down. This is the power of silence. Not every statement requires a response. Not every battle needs to be fought. There are people who will never see your worth, no matter how much you try to explain yourself. There are those who thrive on arguments and drama, pulling others into their negativity just to feel powerful. The moment you stop responding, you take away their power. You refuse to be part of their game. You rise above it. Silence is not weakness. In fact, it is the greatest show of strength. It takes courage to walk away from an unnecessary argument. It takes confidence to know that you do not need validation from others. When someone questions your abilities, you do not need to convince them. Your actions will speak louder than your words. When someone doubts your dreams, you do not need to explain. Your success will be the answer. Think about highly successful people. Do they waste time arguing with critics? Do they spend energy proving themselves to those who do not believe in them? No, they focus on their vision. They let their work do the talking, and that is why they succeed. They understand that the best response to negativity is to keep moving forward, ignoring the noise, and staying committed to their goals. One of the most liberating decisions you can make is to stop justifying yourself to those who do not matter. If someone doubts you, let them. If someone spreads negativity, walk away. Your life is too short to waste on meaningless conversations. You do not owe explanations to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. When you practice the power of silence, you also gain inner peace. Arguments drain your mental and emotional energy. Constantly defending yourself is exhausting. But when you choose silence, you protect your peace. You create space for positive thoughts, for self-growth, and for progress. This does not mean that you should never stand up for yourself. There will be times when you need to speak up for what is right. But there is a difference between standing your ground and engaging in unnecessary battles. Choose your battles wisely. If a conversation does not add value to your life, if an argument does not serve your growth, then silence is the best answer. Next time someone provokes you, pause before responding. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will my response change anything, or am I better off walking away? Most of the time, the best decision is to stay silent and let your actions prove your worth. Do not waste your time explaining yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Do not lower yourself to the level of those who thrive on negativity. Your energy is sacred. Protect it. Your dreams are important. Focus on them. Let your success make the noise, because in the end, silence is the most powerful response to negativity. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. It is not measured by how many people approve of you, how many compliments you receive, or how much validation the world gives you. Your worth is something that comes from within, something that cannot be taken away by criticism, failure, or rejection. But too often, we let external voices define us. We let negative words seep into our minds, shaping how we see ourselves. We allow the judgments of others to dictate our confidence, our dreams, and our choices. Imagine a diamond buried under layers of dirt. No matter how much mud covers it, its value does not decrease. It remains precious, whether people see it or not. Your worth is just like that diamond. It does not change based on how others perceive you. But if you forget your value, you may start believing the voices that tell you otherwise. That is why it is crucial to recognize your worth, not from the outside world, but from within yourself. People will always have opinions. Some will praise you while others will criticize you. Some will lift you up while others will try to bring you down. If you base your self-worth on these shifting opinions, you will always feel unstable. One day you will feel confident. The next you will feel unworthy. But when you understand that your value does not depend on external validation, you become unshakable. You no longer need approval to feel enough. You no longer fear criticism because you know it does not define you. Think about a time when someone's words made you doubt yourself. Maybe a teacher told you that you were not talented enough. A friend made you feel unimportant, or a colleague underestimated your abilities. How did that affect you? Did it make you feel like you were not good enough? Did it make you question your potential? Now, think about this. Was their opinion the truth, or was it just their perspective? Too often we mistake opinions for facts. Just because someone does not see your worth does not mean you are not valuable. Self-worth is an inside job. No one can give it to you and no one can take it away. It comes from knowing who you are, from embracing your strengths, and from understanding that you are enough just as you are. It comes from accepting yourself, even with your flaws and imperfections. Because true self-worth is not about being perfect. It is about knowing that you are worthy despite your imperfections. When you recognize your worth, you stop settling for less. You stop accepting toxic relationships. You stop seeking approval, and you stop lowering your standards just to be liked. You realize that you deserve respect, love, and opportunities, not because others say so, but because you believe it yourself. And when you believe in your worth, the world starts to reflect that belief back to you. This is why it is so important to protect your mind from negativity. If you constantly listen to voices that tell you that you are not good enough, you will start believing them. But if you fill your mind with positivity, if you remind yourself daily of your strengths and potential, you will develop an unbreakable confidence. Your worth is not defined by your past mistakes, by your failures, or by how others see you. It is defined by your courage to keep going, by your willingness to grow, and by your ability to love and accept yourself. So stop looking for validation from the world. Stop measuring your value by other people's opinions. You are enough, exactly as you are. And the moment you truly believe that, nothing and no one can make you feel otherwise. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. No one goes through life without facing difficulties, rejection, or failure. But the difference between those who rise and those who fall is not the absence of struggle. It is resilience. Resilience is the ability to stand tall despite the storms, to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear, and to believe in yourself when everything seems to be falling apart. It is not about avoiding hardships, but about facing them with strength, courage, and determination. Many people believe that resilience is something you are born with, but that is not true. Resilience is built, shaped, and strengthened through experience. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become stronger. Every time you refuse to give up, you become more resilient. But to develop this strength, you must first understand that setbacks are not the end of the road. They are stepping stones. Think about a time in your life when you faced disappointment. Maybe you failed an exam, lost an opportunity, or experienced a personal setback. At that moment, it may have felt like the end of the world. You may have questioned your abilities, doubted your potential, or even considered giving up. But now, looking back, you can see that those moments of struggle taught you something valuable. Maybe they pushed you to work harder, to grow, or to find a new path that was even better than the one you originally planned. This is the essence of resilience, understanding that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. The world is full of stories of people who turned their failures into victories simply because they refused to give up. Successful people are not those who never failed. They are those who never stopped trying. Every great leader, entrepreneur, artist, and innovator has faced rejection and obstacles. But what set them apart was their ability to keep going. They did not let criticism break them. They did not let negativity define them. They understood that resilience is not about being fearless. It is about taking action despite fear. One of the biggest threats to resilience is negativity, both from others and from within. When people tell you that you cannot do something, when they doubt your abilities or criticize your dreams, you have two choices. You can let their words discourage you, or you can use them as motivation. The most resilient people do not waste time arguing with negativity. They channel that energy into proving themselves right. They do not get stuck in the pain of failure. They focus on learning from it and moving forward. Another key to resilience is self-belief. You cannot control every situation, but you can control how you respond. If you believe that you are capable, strong, and worthy of success, you will find a way to overcome any challenge. But if you constantly doubt yourself, if you allow fear to control you, then even the smallest obstacle will feel impossible to overcome. Resilience begins with a mindset shift from seeing challenges as barriers to seeing them as opportunities for growth. Life will test you. People will doubt you. You will face failures, heartbreaks, and disappointments. But resilience is about rising each time you fall. It is about knowing that every setback is temporary and that your strength is greater than your struggles. It is about choosing to keep going even when everything inside you says to stop. The strongest people are not those who have never struggled. They are the ones who refuse to be defeated by their struggles. They are the ones who used pain as fuel, who turned rejection into redirection, and who understood that resilience is the key to success. So, no matter what life throws at you, remember this: you are stronger than you think, you are more capable than you believe, and as long as you refuse to give up, you will always find a way forward. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and how you train it determines the course of your life. The thoughts you entertain, the words you tell yourself, and the beliefs you hold shape your reality. Yet, many of us spend too much time engaging in negative self-talk, doubting our abilities, and focusing on everything that could go wrong. If you constantly criticize yourself, if you repeatedly tell yourself that you are not good enough, eventually you will start believing it. But the good news is that just as the mind can be conditioned for negativity, it can also be rewired for confidence, strength, and success. The way you speak to yourself matters. Imagine if you had a friend who constantly discouraged you, who told you that you would never succeed, that you were not talented enough, or that you were destined to fail. Would you keep that friend in your life? Probably not. Yet so many of us allow our own inner voice to treat us this way. We accept self-doubt, fear, and insecurity as part of who we are, instead of challenging these thoughts and replacing them with something better. Your mindset is like a garden. If you plant seeds of negativity, thoughts of self-doubt, fear, and limitation, those thoughts will grow and take over. But if you plant seeds of confidence, belief, and determination, your mind will start working in your favor. Every day, you have a choice about what kind of thoughts you will nurture. Will you feed the voice that says, "I can't do this," or the voice that says, "I am capable and I will find a way"? One of the biggest obstacles to personal growth is the habit of focusing on what we lack instead of what we have. We tell ourselves, "I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not strong enough," and in doing so, we create mental barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential. But what if, instead, you started shifting your perspective? What if, instead of saying, "I can't do this," you said, "I haven't mastered it yet, but I am learning"? What if, instead of seeing failure as proof of your shortcomings, you saw it as a lesson guiding you toward success? Rewiring your mindset requires conscious effort. It does not happen overnight, and it is not about pretending that problems do not exist. It is about choosing to focus on solutions rather than obstacles, on growth rather than limitations. One of the best ways to do this is through positive affirmations. What you repeatedly tell yourself becomes your reality. If you start your day by saying, "I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy of success," over time, you will start to believe it. Another key to changing your mindset is surrounding yourself with positivity. The people you interact with, the content you consume, and the environment you expose yourself to all influence your thoughts. If you are constantly around negativity, it will seep into your mind. But if you choose to surround yourself with people who uplift you, with books that inspire you, and with habits that strengthen you, your mindset will naturally shift toward growth. Fear and doubt will always try to creep in. There will be moments when your old way of thinking tries to pull you back into negativity. But every time you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern, pause and replace it with something empowering. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, remind yourself, I am still growing and every day I am getting better. Instead of fearing failure, tell yourself, every mistake is a step toward success. Your mind is your greatest asset. Train it well and it will work for you, not against you. Rewiring your mindset is not about ignoring reality. It is about taking control of your thoughts so that they push you forward instead of holding you back. The moment you decide to change the way you think is the moment your life begins to change. The battles you fight in life are not just external. The most important ones happen within your own mind. Fear, doubt, insecurity, and past failures create barriers that hold you back. Many people spend their lives trying to defeat external challenges while ignoring the biggest enemy, their own limiting beliefs. The truth is, no one can stop you from achieving your goals except you. Your success, happiness, and growth are not determined by outside circumstances as much as they are by your own mindset. If you want to move forward, you must conquer the internal battles that keep you stuck. One of the biggest internal battles is self-doubt. It is that voice in your head that whispers, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people judge me? This voice can be louder than any external criticism because it comes from within, and it knows exactly how to target your weaknesses. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is an illusion. It is a story your mind creates based on fear, not reality. The only way to defeat it is to stop engaging with it. When you hear that doubtful voice, do not argue with it, do not try to reason with it. Simply take action despite it. The moment you stop letting doubt control your decisions, you take away its power. Another major battle is the fear of failure. Many people do not even try because they are afraid of falling short, but failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. Every person who has ever achieved something great has failed multiple times. The difference is that they did not let failure define them. They used it as a lesson, as a stepping stone, as motivation to improve. If you let the fear of failure stop you, you are letting an imaginary outcome control your future. The only real failure is refusing to try. Past experiences can also become internal demons if you allow them to. Maybe you were once rejected and now you fear trying again. Maybe you were once hurt and now you guard yourself from new opportunities. Maybe someone once made you feel small and now you carry that belief. But what happened in the past does not have to dictate your future. You are not the same person you were before. You are stronger, wiser, and more capable. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You have the power to rewrite your story. Another common internal struggle is the need for validation. Many people waste their energy trying to prove themselves to others, seeking approval before they take action. But the truth is, no matter what you do, not everyone will approve of you. Some people will doubt you, misunderstand you, and criticize you, even if you are doing your best. If you keep waiting for permission to chase your dreams, you will never move forward. True confidence comes from within, not from the approval of others. The moment you stop seeking validation, you gain freedom. One of the most powerful things you can do is learn to be your own biggest supporter. Speak to yourself with kindness. Encourage yourself the way you would encourage a friend. Remind yourself that you are capable of overcoming them. When fear creeps in, remind yourself that you have survived every challenge so far. The mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so tell it something empowering. Life is not just about external success, it is about mastering yourself. If you can overcome your fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs, nothing can hold you back. Your biggest enemy is not outside of you, it is the part of you that says, I can't. The moment you stop listening to that voice and start taking action, you will realize that the only thing that was ever standing in your way was you. You will face many challenges, some from the world around you, but the most difficult ones will come from within. There will be negativity, doubt, and distractions trying to pull you away from your purpose. But the moment you stop arguing with demons, both external and internal, is the moment you take back your power. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You do not need to explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your energy is too valuable to waste on negativity, and your mind is too powerful to be filled with self-doubt. Silence is sometimes the best answer. Walking away from unnecessary battles is not weakness, it is wisdom. Focusing on your growth instead of wasting time on meaningless arguments is not avoidance, it is strength. True success does not come from convincing others of your worth. It comes from knowing your worth and proving it through your actions. You were not created to live in fear, to be controlled by past failures, or to constantly seek approval. You were made to rise, to grow, and to achieve greatness. And that starts with mastering your mind, protecting your energy, and choosing your battles wisely. Let go of the need to explain yourself. Let go of the fear of failure. Let go of the voices that try to bring you down. Instead, move forward with confidence. Believe in yourself. Trust your journey. And let your success make the noise. Because when you stop engaging with negativity and start focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, nothing and no one can stand in your way.